All right, I got these clips and I want to check out. So let's do it.
There's literally men out here waiting to worship the ground you walk on and that'll literally do anything for you. So I made a video asking the girls when's the last time they were gifted flowers without having to ask for them and without it being an apology gift. And let me just say this, that video was never about flowers, but I got so many comments from people saying how they never got gifted flowers a day in their life, or how they've been in a relationship for almost a decade and they never got flowers, or just haven't got them in years, right? And while to y'all that might have screamed a lot about the men and been a good excuse to have like a I hate men moment, I'm big on accountability, right? And to me, that said a lot about the woman. You teach people how to treat you and how to love you by what you allow. So before we can even deflect, you first gotta realize that you're the one allowing this, and you really gotta sit and ask yourself why. Because just the fact that y'all were even commenting under that video, that proves that you have a desire to be yearned for, to be romanticized, to be considered, and that really right now you're just settling. So to me, y'all, this is much more deeper than the flowers. One thing I always say is like, once a man know he can feed you peanuts, you're never gonna taste steak. So in other words, once a man know he don't gotta do too much to keep you, why would he go out his way to do so? You already made it easy. You already accepted things that you don't really want to accept. He literally has no point in doing the most. I'm gonna be honest, y'all, what I took from the comments in that video is that the girls need a much stricter program, like a way stricter program. We don't just need a man that's gonna buy us flowers. That's not the solution. What the girlies need is higher standards. And we need the courage to leave as soon as we realize like our desires is not gonna be met here, and that we won't be loved properly, or at least the way that we wanna be loved in a certain situation. I could get on here and yell F these men all day. I could talk about how lame these men is these days all day. But honestly, y'all, it gets to a point. So I'm yelling at the woman today. And I'm telling y'all, raise your standards. When your standards are high, when your program is stripped off rip, that's going to steer all the men with ill intentions, and that's going to BS away from you, because they don't want to have to do all of that just to get next to you. Men are not dumb. They know when women don't have standards. They know when women don't have requirements. Stop just laying down with these men and making these men your boyfriend and giving them all these titles when they didn't even show you that they worthy of any of that. It's literally a man out here that'll worship the ground that you walk on, and that'll literally do anything for you just because you simply exist. And you out here holding up his spot with somebody who can't even buy you flowers. The longer you tolerate a man that doesn't fulfill you, the longer you delay your man that's waiting to spoil you just for existing. The girlies got to get rid of the placeholders. It's literally men.
Now, I agree to I agree with her for at a certain point where this is one. It's like I I'm gonna go to her towards her end. Man that spoils you. This is a thing where this is my thought with a lot of men. Don't spoil women. Don't spoil them, because if you cannot keep that effort up, meaning to the point where you started it and to the point where that relationship, let's say, possibly can end, then there's no one to blame but yourself. If you have made this if you made her into a princess, you better keep it like that, because women will hold you to it. So saying that if you at the day one, right, you bought her LV, right? One date you bought her LV. Next date you took her to, I don't know, a 5-star, $300, $500 restaurant. Next date you took her to, I don't know, fucking Cancun or Paris or whatever. Next date you bought her Coach. Next date you bought her Chanel. Next date you bought her Saint Laurent. It's like you're constantly spoiling her, right? Because you want to impress her. And then now you got her, right? She's your girlfriend or she's your wife. And now you cut back and like, she's like, what happened? You were doing all this for me before. Why did you already stop? Women will hold you to the standard that you set. Okay. Just like she kind of said, right? You allow, right? You allow what to happen. So if you created this princess, you better be able to keep that up. So this is the thing where my advice to men: don't spoil women. Now that doesn't mean that you don't treat your woman right or you don't show her love, but spoiling her is a dangerous path, because if you treated her like a princess, you better be able to consistently treat her like a princess, because now she's going to hold you to said standards. Now, one thing I do disagree with her is like, oh, have high standards. No, not have high standards, have correct standards. It's like, have a standard that you want your man to actually love you, right? Have a standard that you have a man that actually want to be with you. Have the standard that you want a man that actually doesn't just think about you for sex, or doesn't just think about you for someone that he wants to play with. Have the standard of being with someone that actually wants you, and show that they want you. Show that they have communication skills, that they express that they want you. Having high standards is absolutely sometimes idiotic. Okay? It's I find it really idiotic. It's like what I think is like having high standard, right? So instead of having a standard where you want your partner to, let's say, have a job, pay his own bills, take care of himself, not dependent on other, not asking people for money, not struggling paycheck to paycheck, or not having problems paying his rent, paying his utility bills. That is standards. But then insanity that, you know what, I want a man to make six figures. I want a man that that's a millionaire. So you want like that's higher standards. You want a man that's rare as shit, which is fine if that's what you want. But then you because then you want these higher standards, yet you can't find a man to meet those standards. And if you can't find them, and you're okay with being single until you find these men that meet these high standards, then okay. But usually, right, women that has these high standards, they date men that don't meet these high standards. So instead of having high standards, have standards, okay? Have standards, because high standards usually for women means that your standards is only met by 1% of men. Okay? Met by the top percent of men. That's the thing. Where women don't seem to realize. So I just hate the concept of hating having high standards. Just have standards. Have standards, consistent standards.
I wanted to show you guys something else because I know I pissed you hoes off. Well, I just left the store again. Yeah. $50. $20. Yeah. 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 I took it. All of that shit is mine. Fuck you guys. Be mad if you want to.
This is just to show that there's a lot of people, particularly a certain shade of people, saying that they would go out, and because of the EBT crisis, they are saying that they want to go out and steal stuff. Okay, and you know, whether true or not, okay, I find this. I said this before, where I find that the black community do not care about their public image. Okay, like I said, true or not, do you not realize that you are perpetuating, or you are showcasing a certain type of image to the masses? Sometimes I feel like a lot of these people who create these videos think that, okay, maybe no one's going to watch it, right? Maybe no one, or maybe just my friends are going to watch it. But then you don't realize that, again, these videos aren't private. These videos aren't made for personal use, or for, to show to just a certain group of people. No, these videos are made to show to the masses, to the world. Now, if it hits the world, who knows? But again, that should be the mindset. So, again, there's a certain community that doesn't mind showing criminality, doesn't mind showing immorality, doesn't mind showing degeneracy, which is the sad part, right? It's the sad part, and it's just showing you that you don't mind perpetuating bad stereotypes, or just stereotypes of yourself. You don't mind it. You don't mind that the stereotypes you're showing represents your community. You don't mind. And again, why I say that the black community do not care how the world views their community, yet they have the audacity, the entitlement to complain when the rest of the world views the black community with disdain, views the black community with a certain stereotypical view.
Single moms always be saying stuff like, oh, I'm gonna give my son the world. Bruh, you couldn't even give him a dad.
Because someone in the comments asked me to ask you guys, why do you feel like I'm a single mother?
Hey, y'all, look at this lady.
Okay, and be honest, okay? So Nala, why do you feel like I'm a single mother?
I mean, you pretty, but you fuss too much.
Well, damn.
Well, Nala, I guess you can be a single mother too then. I ain't gonna be like mama.
What? What's wrong with being a single mother?
Everything.
I ain't finna mess around with no 3 kids.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Anyways, next. Oh my gosh, Lord. I don't know. Okay, Chance. Okay, why do you think I'm a single mom?
Because you work for free.
I work for free. I work Monday through Friday. And how do you feel like I work for free?
Because you broke.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Now, last not least now, don't say nothing crazy. But why do you feel like I'm a single mom?
Because you don't be yourself.
How do you feel like I don't be myself?
That's not even your real hair.
I can wear a wig if I want to.
Yeah, but without a wig, you like a grown man.
Single moms always be
So let me tell y'all how I've been in the hospital 5 days and this man ain't came and seen me. Well, just the backstory. I'm pregnant by a married man. And we've been dealing with each other for, 6-7 years? And the whole time we was messing with each other, he kept telling me he gonna leave his wife, and da-da-da. Keep in mind, I done had like 4 abortions with him, y'all. 4 abortions. And we had the abortion because every time he had the abortion, so we kept having abortions because he kept telling me, like, before I have a baby, he wants us to be married. So remember he said he was gonna leave his wife. So I'm thinking,
You know, I did the video of women saying that some women saying that they wouldn't leave their friend for if their friend were cheating. And this is the problem, right? This is the lack of morality. This is what it gets you. You are dealing with a man that is cheating on his wife. And then you hold him to a high sense of morality? You think he will be faithful to you? You think he will honor being a good father, being a good man, being a good partner to you? That is the insanity of women. If he wasn't a good partner to his wife, yet it's logical in your pea brain to think that he will be a good partner to you. Why? What makes you so much better than his wife? Particularly when he's not leaving said wife. This is why a lot of women are easily manipulated. When you are more emotion based than logic based, you're easily manipulated. And also, when you lack a sense of morality, okay, then you have no basis for nothing. You don't see the wrongness in what you're doing. You don't see how this man is a dirtbag. This man is a disgusting piece of trash. You don't. You see what he wants you to see, right? You see what you yourself are making yourself see. Instead of seeing the logical image of what's happening, right? The logical scenario. You are dealing with a man that's willingly cheating on his wife. And you think he would be a good father. This is the problem with women, where they don't realize that if he has a poor moral compass, what else in his life you think he's going to be upstanding for? You think he's going to be a good father? No. The likelihood, it's not impossible. The likelihood of him being a good father isn't high. Him cheating on his wife, definitely the likelihood of him being a good partner definitely isn't high. So So that's the insanity of it.
And like, okay, we're gonna keep having an abortion. Like, he gonna divorce her soon, and we gonna get married. So this time I got pregnant, I'm telling him like, I'm not aborting. So how long is it gonna be till you divorce your wife? So y'all, I've been in the hospital, like I said, 5 days, and he hasn't been up here not one time. I've been blowing him up, y'all. He ain't been answering the phone. So I'm thinking about reaching out to the wife. Like, I don't think she know about me, y'all. Like, it's been 6 years, but I don't think she know about me. So I'm thinking about reaching out to her and telling her that I'm pregnant. And I'm in the hospital because he need to be up here. What y'all think I should do? Y'all think I should call her? Or I'm up here losing my mind. I feel like he need to be up here supporting me. I don't care that he's married. Like, shit, we practically married. Like, we've been dealing with each other for a long time. And I don't know why he hasn't divorced her yet. Y'all think he not leaving her? At this point, I'm thinking he not leaving her. Because why he ain't divorced her yet? And why he not up here with me? Tell me what y'all think I should do.
I'm sorry that the volume is probably low. I mean, again, I don't control these TikToks. These people don't really get close to their fucking phones, right? So I hope you could hear. I hope you can hear it. Right? I'm sorry. And I'm trying to push it as loud as it can. It's hard to, control these inconsistent TikToks. This is the stupidity of women. You wonder why this cheating ass man, this low life of a man, isn't there for you while you're pregnant. When he thought it was a good idea to cheat on his wife with you for a long ass time. It's like, and you thought it was a good idea to have kids with said man. This is why you can't believe women. Like, oh, men cheat, men switch up. Really? You know the red flags. You're just too idiotic to care. I then wonder why this man is not with you. You're absolutely stupid. Stupid ass bitch.
Hey, y'all. I did not expect this to be my part two. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm hurting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This stupid ass bitch has a terrible audio. Right? So it's low. I max it all the way in each category, but
This man was so excited about this baby. And he has not helped me do nothing. I guess he told his wife last night he had to work. So he was here till like 6 in the morning. But he was here for no reason because he didn't even help me with the baby. And I'm just so annoyed because it's just always something. Yesterday he was supposed to pick us up from the hospital. He didn't pick us up. I ended up having to take a taxi. And I'm just aggravated because I didn't think I was going to be doing it by myself. Y'all have been dragging me for days. Like, it's always that way though. Like, I don't understand how everybody like dragging me. I didn't know he was married at first. And I'm not married. Like, I don't owe anybody no loyalty. Like, he's the one that's married. He owe his wife loyalty, not me. But I guess this is what I get. I'm raising a baby by myself. Hey,
okay. But then he doesn't owe you loyalty. So why would he do shit for you? No duh, you're suffering. And it's like the absolute stupidity. You saying this man is like not there for you? No fucking duh. This man is willingly cheating on his wife. And you think this man is the beacon of morality? You think this man would be good to you? You are absolutely stupid. And this is a thing where this is why I like these videos, because it proves women wrong and how stupid they are. Okay. You have the audacity to say that, I didn't know he was married. You said that you got abortion a couple times, right? Fine. This man lied at the beginning, but yet you continued it. Right. And this is the problem where I find it with, the holes in a lot of women's stories. Okay. A lot of times women see the red flag. They ignore said red flags and continue. And that's the thing where you don't trust women. They said, oh, men lie all the time. Men switch up. But you knew it. You knew he was lying because men aren't the best at lying. Most men aren't. Switch up. You knew you seen the red flags. Men only switch up when you realize that you can't stand what the red flags anymore. That's the switch up right there. It's because you can't stand these red flags anymore. Right? And it's not because, oh, now he's changed. No, he hasn't. You seen the red flags. You knew how shitty of a man he was. Again, this is what I've said, that where I don't mind women being single, because I hope they'll be single and childless, because we don't need more baby mamas in this world. This woman is absolutely stupid.
I just saw a video of a man saying, ask that girl that you like for $50. I don't understand why men are so opposed and against walking in their naturally. Why we have a generation of men who are so against being providers and leaders. And I think it's also confusing when men demand respect but don't do anything that's respect.
Why are men so against their gender roles? Why are men so against what's natural to them? Who changed? Who changed things up? Men or women? It is women. And now you are upset that men have adapted to said changes that women have started, that women have created. This is the problem. Women lack accountability. You do not take accountability for it. You are the ones to change things. You are the ones who do not want to perpetuate gender norms, to be in your gender roles. We have women that do not want to cook and clean, yet you want men to fully provide. You want men to stick to their gender norms, while you have the luxury, the entitlement to not stick to yours.
Acceptable. Me, I would send you $50 and we would never talk again. That would just be it, because you are not the type of man that I want to be like. I don't want a nigga testing me. I don't want a nigga trying to trick me out. I don't want a man like that. That's not appealing. It's not attractive. It's not commendable. What's crazy about all of this is men have no issue asking you for pee. Men don't feel uncomfortable. They don't feel awkward. They don't feel manipulative when they're trying to get you drunk, when they're trying to coerce you, when they're trying to tell you that they're into you, when they're lying to you, when they're pretending to be good guys, when they're plotting on you just to get you, just to treat you like trash afterward. Like, men don't ever have a guilty conscience. They never feel bad about.
No, men do. Issue is the men you are attracted to don't. Just like the women that don't have issue with asking men for money. Just like women don't have issue with using men for money. Just like women don't have issues with using men for money and then treating men like trash, taking men half of their shit in divorces, using men's children as pawns. Women have no problem with that. And yet it's cool you hold men accountable, right? You want to talk about men. What makes women any better? They're not. Okay? They're not. So stop expecting, stop expecting the men you choose to change. The issue is that you need to pick differently.
Trying to finagle you out your draws. But the moment that the women start asking for money, because you know that if you deal with a man, he's going to press you about sex immediately, most men are not waiting. They're not waiting a certain amount of time, and then they give you.
Where's the proof of that?
Attitude. They give you attitude, they give you pushback. If you're like, no, I don't want to do that, I'm not ready. They get mad if they spend time with you and you don't give them none. Y'all don't ever feel any type of way about that. Y'all don't ever feel any way about being a predator, preying on women who are easygoing or who are a little bit more naive. That's why y'all go young. Or preying on women who don't feel the greatest about themselves, or just putting them in compromising situations. Y'all don't ever feel bad about that. But the moment women start being like, you ask me for a pee, I'm gonna ask you for money. Now every girl's a gold digger. Now every girl has no value. Now every woman is a dog. But when y'all sit up here and y'all have these situationships with women that y'all don't even like, y'all pursue women you're not interested in, y'all have babies by girls you never wanted to be with, and then treat them like the scum of the earth, and collect baby mamas like infinity stones. Y'all don't ever have an issue with you, your homeboys, your cousins, your brothers being like that, being master manipulators and predators. But the moment the girls start asking you for money, the moment the girls start asking you to be a provider, the moment the girls start having standards, men do not see women as people. They literally see women as objects to be used, as pleasure pumpers. Most men plot on you to take advantage of you, to extract everything they can from you without giving anything in return. You want to have full access to my body whenever you want to, without no hesitations. You want me to treat you like my husband without giving me a ring, without even making you me your girlfriend. You want me to worship the ground that you walk on. You can't give me money to get an oil change, and you can't help me get groceries for the week, and you can't send me money for lunch, but you want full access to me, my body, my energy, 24/7 whenever you want to, just because you're a man? I just saw a video of a
This is why men say women versus accountability. I have never discounted that there are shitty men out there. I've never discounted that there are users out there, right? Plenty. There are plenty of men that just want to use women for their body. Plenty. But again, you don't have to deal with them. Yet women constantly pick said men. They constantly pick said men. Why are women always ending with the pookies? Right? Why are women always dealing with the bad boys, the players? Why? Who's forcing these women? Who is forcing these women to deal with said men? And this is also the problem, right? Because women only deal with the top 20% of men. Again, by dating statistics, most women find most men unattractive. So guess what? Women are only dealing with the men they find attractive, which isn't most men. It's a very small select men. Usually, people like to say the top 20% of men. And then you use the top 20% of men, a small percentage of men, to literally label all men or majority of men. Where's your proof in that? Literally none. Because you find other men invisible to you. You're not attracted to other men. Again, you go for the small, select few men, and then you get hurt by the very few men, and then you blame all men for your fucking shitty ass decision. This is why men say choose better. Because you always choose worse. You guys make your decision, because this is the thing where I said this before, where I love making these videos because my videos prove women wrong 100% of the time. Literally, whatever take a woman has, I have videos to fucking counter what she says. Right? Literally, videos to counter what she says. There is a high growing percent of men that are single, that haven't been talking to women, in years, haven't even been in a relationship with women in years. There's a growing population. You've seen it. Plenty of women saying men aren't approaching them. So guess who you're dealing with? You are dealing with the Pookies. You're dealing with a small select group of men. And surprise, surprise, you're having bad results towards it. Well, that's your fucking fault. You chose these men. Again, at the end of the day, no matter what women say, no one has forced you to go with said men. Nobody. You're just too idiotic to understand that. Okay. I've said this before and I've shown it. Women have chances. Women have options with men that aren't representing this, right? Men that would worship you, men that would want you, men that would treat you with love and respect, that would want to be in a relationship with you, that would want to marry you, that would want to, treat you right. But guess what? You're not attracted to said men. I guarantee you, plenty of women have curbed other men. Men that, they don't find attractive, men that they don't find, any kind of appealing. But I guarantee you, some of those men that you curbed, he would have treated you like a queen. He would have loved you, respect you, made you his world. Plenty of simps out there. You just didn't choose him.
This is now the backbone of the American economy, and this is the guy who runs it, and it's not good. OnlyFans is by far the most pricey in America. The company generates $156 million per employee. Compare that with all these other companies that we think of as powerhouses like NVIDIA, the chip maker, or Alphabet, Google, Walt Disney, Walmart. It's not even close. And so just think about the implications. What happens to society when we have an economy built off of getting normal people to do and consume adult content? Well, first we get mass loneliness, where men are dropping thousands of dollars on OnlyFans to just feel some kind of human connection with women. And on the other side, the girls are getting their soul sucked out of them. This particular creator says that she feels dead inside, doesn't feel any attraction to men anymore. Yeah.
And yet you chose that business. Lack of accountability.
Now, men and women don't want to have actual intimacy anymore. Look at the numbers. Only 37% of adults are having sex weekly or more, compared to 55% in 1990. In fact, the lack of social connection is more deadly than smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or drinking, or not working out, being obese, and much, much worse than air pollution. And just to top it all off, the #1 donor of APAC is the CEO of OnlyFans. Okay, Leonid Radvinsky, the billionaire owner of OnlyFans, according to internal documents, he and his wife pledged $11 million to APAC, the most of anyone listed.
I mean, is Iran a bigger threat, or is OnlyFans?
That is a great question, Tucker. You guys let me know what you think. This is now.
And the last woman is complaining about men not wanting to treat women right, where here's a huge percentage of men that would literally, send you money, right? If you would want them. The men that subscribe to OnlyFans are men that women do not desire. Right? Women do not desire these men, but I guarantee you, these are the men that would treat women like queens. Right? They would treat women like absolute, they will give you money. They're giving women money that don't even give any connections to them. They will give them money. So $50 is nothing. But again, you're not attracted to the type of men that would do this. And you can't complain that the men that wouldn't do this aren't the same. Okay? Aren't the same. Because here's the thing. The men that women like the other woman deals with are the men that they don't have issues with getting women. Right? The Chads, the Tyrones, the Pookies, the players, the bad boys. They don't have issues with getting with women. Wonder why. Right? You wonder why.
She didn't know it yet, but she's about to have the worst night of her life. You went on a date with a guy you met a few nights before a party. He'd been super charming, da-da-da-da. The restaurant had a nice vibe, okay. We laughed, we shared into the question, what do you do for work? Uh-oh. You told him the truth, you're on OnlyFans. Ooh, Houston, we have a problem. His expression shifted instantly, the warmth disappeared. Duh. He pushed his chair back, stood up, and suddenly the room felt painfully quiet. Without a word, he tossed some cash on the table and walked out. In that moment, you felt small, not because of what you do, but because of how quickly he judged you. Well, yeah, you're an online prostitute. Buddy saw the missile and dodged it like a pro, and you're over here, wah, I'm a... And he paid for your meal. Like, he didn't go far enough, in my opinion, honestly. You got it so easy. Maybe you should call your father and apologize. That's so tough. She didn't know it yet, but she's about to have the worst night of...
I thought that was interesting. I thought it was funny. What do you guys think? That's the thing where a lot of women don't ever think about the consequences of their actions. They don't. Just like that other woman, right? The other woman that said, "Oh, I have a hard time being attracted to men," or like, "I have a bad view of men." Well, do you not think that you contribute to it? You are literally part of the problem. You're literally part of the problem, right? You're literally contributing to the group of men that you say that you don't like. How about, have some sense of morality? Don't be a part of it. This is why, again, a lot of these women lack actual accountability. They never see that, you know what? Maybe you are either the problem or part of the problem. None of these women ever see that. What do you guys think?